incredibly dark in Finland.
What's up?
It's incredibly dark over there. There we go.
You see us? Sulla on kuvat ittees.
And man, bro,
Camera.
can you see anything, man?
Yes, I can see Oni look at his phone.
Yeah, no, I was looking at you, dude. I was looking at you, dude. Don't worry. All right, we're gonna have you here, and the camera is there, but we're gonna look at you because the camera is turned the other way. So this is just for us to be able to communicate with you.
That's totally fine.
Do you hear me well from?
Oh yeah, totally.
Perfect. Then come on up, Kevin.
Cool, man.
You guys, you're bundled up. Is it cold as fuck over there right now?
No, dude. It's just we're cool.
Well,
no,
cheers
it's
to you
like
guys.
it's colder than fucking 2 weeks ago. Then it was like, wait, I'll give you this one. Yeah, it's colder than like 2 weeks ago, but now it's like survivable and shit. But I just like, I like the fall jackets because I'm not the biggest guy there is in the world. I'm actually on the other side of the spectrum. So like wearing buff jackets kind of help me out with that.
Well, I see you guys got a beer as well. So cheers,
Yeah,
gentlemen.
Cheers to you, my friend.
Cheers, man.
It's morning over here for me. Morning beer.
That's the way, dude.
Well, happy Saturday evening for you guys. Thank you for you guys' time.
You too, man. Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Oh, of course, man. And congratulations with Seek and Strike and your guys' new EP that you just, 3-song EP. And we're here to showcase you guys, man. You guys are brutal. You guys have a huge, gnarly, it's almost like I want to put pre-workout and cocaine and snort it and then go work out.
Sounds pretty good. Sounds Thanks, dude.
So it's talk about, so technically, Ani, you're kind of one of the newer members in the band, right? Correct? You're not the original singer.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
yeah. I think the third one.
Yeah,
I'm the third singer.
Yeah.
Oh, third's the best, dude. Third time's the best. Third time's the charm.
Yeah, exactly. Save the best for the last.
No, how did you get a
dude,
part of that? How did you find them? How did you find Kevin and everybody?
It's actually a funny story. I used to listen to Assemble The Chariots like when I was around high school age. And, we've had mutual friends over the years. A few of them actually. And it's just that I've seen them play live. And one of my bands played live with you. But then I kind of already knew you guys. Like, we weren't friends or anything, but like we knew personally.
Yeah.
All right. So the place where we practice and record, my former band, Watery, used to play and practice at the same location. So we kind of saw each other a lot for a few, 2-3 years maybe, before I joined the band. And then they sort of asked me to fill for their ex-singer, who wasn't the ex-singer officially yet. They had booked a show where the dude couldn't, or wasn't let attendant. I don't know, but
I think it was the case when we booked the show already, and then after the booking, the singer left. So we asked Anni to fill for the show.
Yeah.
So,
and then like a few weeks later, you guys were like, "Hey, how would you like to do this more often?"
Yeah.
As in permanently. And I was like, "Yeah, yeah, dude."
So as original band member yourself, how did you think about Ani when you first joined the band? When you heard him, how did you guys decide like he was a good fit?
well, first of all, the vocal range he has is like, like this. He can do everything. And as a producer, I feel it very cool. Just like I have an idea and tell Onni that if he could do like this sound or this sound, and he go, I like this, and that's it, man. And
I give it to him. I didn't even expect. It's not even seeing your picture and hearing your voice. I'm like, holy shit, this is some satanic ritual coming out of this guy's voice.
Yeah, dude. All candles and knives over here.
You never know. Hey, you guys are going to be on tour with Behemoth next month.
Sure. Sure.
No pressure.
No pressure. It's
So
just
then
like,
how was Assemble Chariots originally started? It's been around since like 2008, correct?
Correct.
And so how did you guys originally start? How the band name came up and everything?
I and Nicholas, the other guitar player, we went to the same high school actually, and it started out me and him playing together in the school, and we played like cover songs, and then he told that he has a drummer, so we went and played together, and then we decided to start a band since we all had like the similar bands we liked and kind of the same vision of a band. So that's how it started. In 2008, it was like this era of like all these deathcore bands coming up with stupid names, and I think it was like this.
you're like, wait, dude, that's deep, bro.
Yeah, like it's something like stupid but cool, you know. But with Assemble the Chariots, it actually has something in it because it has this Chariots of Fire reference in it, so it's not just totally bullshit.
So Assemble the Chariots is assembling together.
The fire chariots.
Well, you guys have been definitely then considered veterans, even though you're still people are finding your sound. You guys are a veteran band in the heavy metal scene, even though you've had changes, but you're still considered a veteran.
Yeah, like half of my fucking siblings are half of the age of the band. Literally. Not even joking.
Yeah.
One's 5, one's 6, and one's 7. No. One's 6, one's 7, one's 8. So pretty much like
Yeah.
half of the age of the band.
But we've been around for years. So.
Well, that's a good question then. From 2008 to now, how have you seen the metal scene change in Finland?
That's an interesting one. I think.
Well, can I answer from my point of view?
Sure.
Whereas I'd like to remind you guys that I joined the band 3 years ago, but I listened to the band when I was like fucking 14 or 15 or 16-ish, somewhere around that age. So back then, when I heard these guys play and even found out their oldest of the oldest material from like our friend Artu or somebody had the CD and played it in their car. The Reflections one.
Yeah, 2009.
Yeah. So I heard those songs, and then once that came, like, and I thought back then I was like, wow, this hasn't been done yet, because metalcore, deathcore, even blackened metal was a pretty big thing in Finland like 10 years ago. It was one of the mainstream things, for example, kids used to listen to. It was one of the biggest mainstreams, right? So back then it was very unusual, and then now that I'm a part of the band later, I still kind of feel it's pretty unusual. So there's something done correctly in the head of the great producer here. It's like the tides have changed,
Yeah,
and they will. But
well, yeah, I think the thing is that we have been doing our thing and not taking any like inspiration from what else is happening in Finland metal scene, because I think this is a small portion of the scene in Finland that we are doing at the moment. I think it's pretty much more like melodic metal that people are playing here, and not like, I don't know.
because like yeah, there's like the deathcore community that kind of, because the band was called Deathcore Band at one point, because there were like so much deathcore like in the songs, but it wasn't deathcore in my opinion.
Yeah.
Whereas there's a lot of the melodic stuff going on and the epic stuff going on that you usually find people in Finland listening to, but this was more rough, way more rough, and way more like It was way more about like extreme metal
Yeah.
that has orchestrals in it than orchestral metals that has extreme metal in it. Yeah.
Well, if you take a look at some of the big bands that, you know, the top, like huge bands that came out of Finland, Amorphous, Children of Bodom, Nightwish, Apocalyptica, Him. Oddly, they put Him as love metal. And then you guys,
We'll
each
figure
one
out
is
a name for our genre one day, dude. Just wait for it. We'll get a name for you. Something as groovy as love metal.
But then you have Assemble the Chariots. So it's, again, each one of those bands has a unique sound. So it's really good to safe to say that Finland doesn't have one band, each sounds the same, one sound coming out of Finland.
Yeah. It's well said. Yeah.
And it's kind of like you can hear it like in drums, some of the breakdowns and whatnot, you do have like that death metal, deathcore, almost black metal sound, but then melodic lyrics and great production and mixing all wrapped in and say like modern metal tone that kind of throws the listener off.
Yeah, exactly. I think the approach is like having those ingredients of like different genres, like deathcore and symphonic metal and all those things, but in a modern package. So I think that's the thing we're doing here.
And the thing is, nobody's trying to ride a specific hype wave of a specific genre or especially a specific scene here.
Yeah.
In Finland, I don't know about the rest of the world, but like metal scenes are scenes as like very, very important for like metal people, metal folk, metalheads, so to speak, to like have the brethren of their own scene, right? So it, when you say kind of throws off people, I completely fucking understand, because like for many people, they're just trying, when they're searching for new music and bands, or when they're listening to a new band, they're searching for tones, they're searching for riffs that they've already heard, they're searching for like a lot of things that they've already heard, and when they hear that, they're like, okay, this is 7 out of 10 of my specific genre. This is 3 out of 10 for my specific genre. Like they're trying to have another band from an already existing genre, right?
Yeah.
So we probably throw a lot of people off at first because it's not that specific with us, maybe.
Yeah, and also the way we do songs is like you have to listen to the song many times until you actually find all the nuances and stuff that are included in the song. So it's also hard for people to tell like what the genre is that we are playing.
Now you brought up a good question about, or topic of metal scenes. So as in, you guys essentially have 3 countries of like the metal, everyone knows them, like the metal capital of the world: Norway, Sweden, and Finland. The 3 countries all lined up. How is the metal scenes different in each country?
The only people from Sweden and Norway that I've casually met in a concert was when I was working at the legendariest venue there was in Finland called Nosturi. There were loads of people from all around the world, but mostly from Norway and Sweden coming there. And whether it's playing or, you know, listening to the bands playing, the one thing that divides Finland from the rest is that Finnish people are more drunk usually in the crowd, but especially on stage. So in that sense, we try to keep it professional. I swear I'll never get fucking drunk on stage, and I want to be like drinking one or 2 beers every now and then, it's fine and cool, but like getting wasted on, you know, on the stage, that's not cool. But then again, the biggest and the best bands very seldom do that, because you have to be in shape to be able to perform. But otherwise the people from the bands and the crowds that we've met, like it's actually quite wholesome and heartwarming to me, at least, to notice that it's literally the same back patches, the same beards, the same hairs. It's like
people they all like the same bands, like and like the same music, but the way they differ is what kind of bands are coming from the countries. I think that's interesting because like Sweden, they do have this melodic death metal sound. They have, and of course Norway is known for black metal bands and stuff like that.
And the grim. Yeah,
man.
And
like, has there ever been a festival it's kind of like a united metal belt, saying Norway, Finland, Sweden, just like huge battle of the bands, 3 countries, who has the best band facing off on each other?
Yeah, I guess you could say that in a way, but to say something to that, like, I feel like it's that part has been romanticized by the rest of the world a little bit, because we here, I mean, the way I see things, we here in the heavy metal belt, that was a very fucking good word, and I'm going to use that. We here in the heavy metal belt, I kind of feel like what mostly binds us together besides music is the northernness, right? So, and northern people usually are like, have you played Skyrim? Like fucking Nords, townsfolk. We're townspeople. We're close to the country, even big cities in our countries. We're closer to like countryside and nature than like the bigger cities, and especially your side of the Atlantic. Like you have states where people's never seen fucking trees or snow. Yeah, and like here, it's never gonna be like that. Maximum 30-minute drive from wherever the fuck you are in our country, you're gonna get in the middle of nowhere, literally. And so that's what I think mostly unites the heavy metal belt. We're all from countries that have that same landscape, same nature, the cold, harsh, dark north. And I don't think it's the music that binds us through our northernness, but it's more like the northernness that binds the music to us, because we're drawn to make dark music because we live in a dark place. Likewise, dark place. It's like two months of summer, and then it's like 10 months of winter in these countries. So, you're laughing now, but when you fucking come and visit, you ain't laughing no more with your 2 pairs of Johnnies on.
Well, I don't think anyone's really asked that to, most when they talking to any kind of, Finland, Norway, Sweden bands, I don't think they're talking about how the music is different or how you guys have a camaraderie together. And I think you nailed the question saying, we don't see each other as different. We're all just playing different styles, but we see each other as one music style.
Yeah.
See, like as in California out here in Orange County, it's very clicky. So you have like the metalcore, the punk, all this stuff, and it's kind of like even earlier back in the day when there's earlier bands like Atreyu, Avenged Sevenfold, and these bands started off. It's kind of like, oh, you like Avenged Sevenfold? They're not hardcore enough. Sorry, you can't hang out with us. So
there's elitism in here too. That's why I was like, a lot of people romanticize the heavy metal belt thing a bit, because like obviously there's elitists in every music scene. Yeah. But like, and the way you said it's a bit cliquey, I feel like it's a bit cliquey here too. I don't know. I have nothing else to compare to, so I don't know if it's if it's the same cliquey as you have there. But like, I used to play in a hardcore band, and I used to play in a deathcore band before that, and I also do like rap shits, and I do other kinds of shit too. So I've noticed that even though people are necessarily like bashing me for like, hey, you do this and that, instead they're usually like, wow, that's pretty cool. They still have their music tastes pretty clicked. Yeah. But it's not like no one's bashing me for anything. So in that case, it sounds more open than in other places.
Yeah, it's a little bit more now than it was, but it's still, we always have now it's kind of more of a LA music scene versus the Orange County music scene in California. 2 different, the scenes of music and whatnot. But and like you said, everyone has their music click, but again, they still have a business respect for it.
Yeah, business respect. Yeah, you're also cool words, dude. Like, thank you. I'm gonna sound smart when I get out of this interview and go into work. We from the heavy metal belts have business respect for nonsense. Thank you.
Tell Randy. There we go. Start putting it on there. Assemble the Chariots heavy metal belt. Now let's go into your guys' your music and your writing and how you guys create your tone. I'm really curious now because we're, as a, like, say, you know, I'm a guitar enthusiast. I love to play, but I'm noticing there's a lot of that way of analog, getting big ass amps, big ass cabs, huge pedal board is starting to die down, and plugins and IR sounds are kind of the new way of doing stuff and making people more accessible for them to write music. You know, say during quarantine and lockdown, hey guys, I got on Logic and made up this riff. What do you guys think? So is that how you guys been doing it, or are you guys still doing traditional analog?
Actually, we did still all our analog, like amps and cabs and everything. We sold them like, I don't know, 10 years, not 10 years, maybe 8 years ago or so. And we started using XFX and stuff like that. So we have like this one huge rack, and we have everything there. The whole band's there and ready to go.
And this is the thing that I remember the most, like seeing those guys live in some places where everyone else was like, who the fuck's gonna bring the drums? I thought you were gonna bring the fucking amps to the guitars. I brought the bass shit. Dude, what the fuck? And everyone's like fighting over like amps and like pedal boards and like, you know, who's bringing whose dad's truck to fit in like a guitar segment of the stage. Whereas these guys were like, they put in this square box that had lights in it, and they played the show.
Yeah,
and
man.
That's what I was like, wow, I want to do that.
Yeah, it's like it's most convenient for us to have like shows and also from production perspective as well, because it's easy to just like take your XFX home and record, and that's it. And now, especially when the plugins are a huge thing, I don't even have to bring anything. I just have my computer and open Neural DSP, and we're good to go.
Yeah, it's definitely changed. It's revolutionized how bands are performing. As long as you bring up your MacBook, you have something to set up, or even like a lot of the Line 6, their Go series are just, they have preamps built into it and everything. Like, put your MIDI in there for all your tracks and you're ready to go.
Yeah, man.
And it makes it so much better to practice. Like,
yeah, we have
so
like,
much better.
Yeah, we have in-ear monitoring, so it's very easy to just like go straight line in your ears, and no like mics or anything. It's very easy. For sure.
Now, during quarantine and whatnot, were you guys still writing music? Were you guys separated during quarantine? I know Oni said you guys kind of live relatively close, but did you guys see each other during quarantine?
Well, the funny thing with this band is that we don't actually see each other that often. Only when there's like recordings, show coming, we gather and start practicing again, and
or that's at least how we've been doing so far. But
so
like
far,
I feel
after like putting new music out and having a new label and stuff like that, we're gonna be a lot more out there doing stuff.
Things for you, but with each other more. I mean, it's already begun to be that way. But like during quarantine, I was actually forced quarantined myself. I don't know if that's a proper word, because like there was a time here half a year ago where everyone was supposed to be home and not go like anywhere, but it wasn't the way the news tell me that, you know, other countries have lockdowns. It wasn't like that. No one was getting like, there was just one time where you couldn't drive from one city to another, and if you did and didn't have like a proper reason, you got a small fine for it. Somebody got a bigger fine than others, but like that was like a 2-week thing.
Yeah, it wasn't for long.
Yeah, it wasn't for long. It was like it never got as bad here as it got in so many other fucking places. I had friends living in Spain that time.
Yes, they have it the worst.
Yeah, they and like Italian friends, dude, their fucking family dying. Like it wasn't like that here.
Yeah, I interviewed a band in Madrid, and they were just like, we get 30 minutes a day to go outside and get food and stuff, and that's it.
Wow.
Yeah, now, how has it affected the music scene? The COVID stuff has affected everybody. It's this huge worldly effect, and especially in the music industry. How did it affect on you guys on the music scene in, the metal belt? How did it affect there?
I think it's mostly for the live shows, since most of the shows has been postponed or canceled. But I think that's pretty much it.
For the performers, but it hit really fucking hard in our country to the people who work with show business.
Yeah.
And it's
technicians and
the lighting and sound technicians and the fucking people who like put up all the shows and it's like I have so many friends from that line of work, and it's heartbreaking to see that even when things got easier and the bars started to open as normal, now they're denormalizing that again. So the nightclubbing, etc., that's all right, but don't do any fucking shows and don't get a job. Like one of my best and dearest friends, actually the drummer of my former band, he was completely out of work, so he just went and did other things, but he found work, at least like something that he can do. But like it's not as fortunate for many people. It was really hard for him. I'm not saying it was fortunate for him, the situation, but like he at least got something to do.
Yeah,
so many people are permanently losing everything, as much as you can lose everything in this country.
Yeah, economically it has been very bad for show business. For sure.
I know it was everyone looking at the musicians and shows, and they're going to tour and whatnot, but people also forgot about, again, the bartenders, sound techs, light techs, everything that goes behind that sets up these tours, festivals, concerts. That's what supports you guys to do your show.
But we've been pretty low key. As a band, it didn't really hurt us because, as we mentioned, we've been pretty inactive. Like we didn't have to get together 2-3 times a week, and we didn't have shows booked or anything like that. So
we were focusing on new music. We had like this hibernation for almost 2 years, I think. And that was the time when I was composing and producing the Celestials, the EP, and during the first lockdown here, I was writing new music, basically. So I think that's what happened here.
Now, do you guys have new music ready to do another EP, or are you going to think you're going to put out a record?
There are some things on their way, so to say.
We can say that we are working on new music. Yeah, for sure.
What's that? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear too well.
We are working with new music.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. And
now
previously we have only released EPs, and that was mainly because we were unsigned, and it made more sense for us to focus on fewer songs and for the quality than making like 10 songs, releasing the whole thing, and no one ever hears half of the songs.
Yeah, exactly. But now we have an outlet and very fucking great guys behind it. Shout out Seek and Strike. Thank you for signing us. But like now we can focus on the quality, but B, also the quantity, because we know that it's not as likely to go to waste when if we would like publish, for example, a 10-song album, an 11-song album, it would not be just the 3 first songs that people can hear, because it's like it's gonna get spread out better because there's a big machine behind us.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
So
no, it's the Spotify. It's happening more, but like the Spotify CEO put out, and people were kind of 50-50 on it, talking about, hey, bands should be putting out more music to get more play and rotation as opposed to traditional albums every couple of years. And people got split 50-50, like, how dare you say that? And some bands, well, he's kind of right. And do you think the road, it's happening more now, of more singles throughout the year and EPs of like 5 songs or 4 songs, or right now shorter condensed albums for people to listen to and dive into more, as opposed to full-length albums every couple of years?
I think it's already happening that bands and artists are releasing more like singles and EPs. But there was this one band, for example, that released their whole album as singles in every 2 months or so. So within a year, they have released the whole album. So I think the thing is to be active on these platforms, releasing as much as possible. But personally, I feel like releasing an album is not dying, but the way of releasing it may change.
And I kind of want to respect the listener enough to like give them, hey, you like our music, this is a bunch of fucking shit, take it, like chew through it, follow it, fucking dive into it. It's not like we produced this for 10,000 hours for you, dude. Like, fucking take all of it and repeat it and get into it nuances. Like, I understand business-wise, I understand how it's like way better for all the algorithms and shit to like post songs and post, like, constantly post. Like, it's just like whatever you do, just post something and let it be content in a way. But like, I also think that I want to, as I said, I want to respect the listener enough to like give them a bone to chew, right? But I also feel like we should respect ourselves enough to give us the time, whatever the market feels like, whatever the fucking CEO of Spotify thinks. We are going to do music as long as we want, and we're going to take as long as we want.
Yeah,
to a certain extent, obviously. And if it means taking a year to do a fucking 12-song album, then it'll be a year. People wait for good movies for fucking 4 years. Like, why wouldn't they listen to a great album as long as a movie for a year too? Like,
yeah, I think,
why not?
Like, realistically, in metal scene, it's not like even realistic to publish more music in 2 years or in a year, because it takes a lot of time to actually make actually good record. So,
and like, sure, you could quit your job and use a year to like publish 3 albums, but would the quality be as good? I don't know.
no way, man.
Would your tiredness be heard through the songs?
Yeah.
I don't know. For some people, probably not. But for me, I like my job. And, I like eating food. So food comes from paychecks, which I collect from work. So as long as there's that, we'll take some time with our releases.
But even if I would use all my time, like every day, writing music, producing, still a year, it would be 1 album maximum. Like,
well, I guess, Kevin, you've seen the change in the music industry probably as the most with the band starting in 2008, and how it's switched over, over decade old as the band is, 12 years old, and seeing this age of digital streaming music versus hard copy, physical albums and putting out stuff, because back in the day, back in still in like 2008, 2010, you put a single out and a single included 3 songs on a CD.
Yeah.
As opposed to just one song. I mean, it was back in the day, but now singles one time, and now EPs are these 3 or 4 song digital uploads.
Yeah.
Now, do you guys think subscription-based music is the way to go now, with iTunes doing their iMusic and Spotify? Then Amazon kind of has their music streaming service, but the two titans are Spotify and the Apple Music. Do you think streaming is going to be taking over physical copies of everything, and everyone's just going to straight be digital and being able to digitally buy your music too as well?
The thing is, no one's subscribing to music. They're subscribing to a library.
Yeah.
That's a good way to be able to hear as much music as you want to. But like, if you want to grow a community around your band or your Twitch profile or your fucking company, you know, which you need a like small, like, you need a community to build anything, and to achieve something that is worthy of a community, to be able to give out something worthy of a community, you have to make it good. So when people go online and when they subscribe to their library of music, if they find a band that sounds good, and you know, if they get interested from the sound, and they find that they also want to get invested with the band, the community will come and the support will come, and you know, people will still buy hard copies just to get a hard copy, you know, something to remember the band existing. Like, people will not be buying CDs to listen to CDs.
Yeah.
They'll be buying them as like heirlooms. Heirlooms. How do you fucking pronounce that word? You know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks. But yeah, it'll be like a trophy. Like, hey, dude.
Yeah, it's some way of supporting the band and having like this nice souvenir.
But obviously, streaming music will and already has taken over how we listen to music.
Yeah, for sure. But also there
No question about it.
But there are people buying digital albums as well.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, and here's a great plug to our Bandcamp. You can buy our newest EP.
Which I'll have that included and everything, because I'll have this interview uploaded and rotate you guys. It's not like this for everyone to watch on a different angle on YouTube, and I'll have your guys' Bandcamp and with Seek and Strike's website, so they can buy merchandise from you guys and whatnot, because I know merchandise has been the big thing during COVID to help support bands more than ever, and putting out new content and whatnot.
Also, a merch fucking bank, so buy that just because it's cool. Like, sure, we take all the support we get, but you'll get a fucking cool piece of clothing. Like,
Exactly. Fucking exactly.
yeah. Don't go to H&M to support H&M. You get cool shit. Go to Assemble The Chariots Bandcamp. Get cool shit.
So as the festival, I appreciate the European festival circuit so much. There's so many great festivals out there. Hellfest, Grassrop, Download Festival. I'm going to Download next year. Is there a big festival you guys would love to be on the lineup for? Like, what would be one festival you just want to be on?
Can it be 2?
2 then. Let's do 2.
Tuskan Wacken.
Walk in.
Tuskan Wacken.
Walk in. Yeah, that would be great. But also download would be.
Well, fucking yes, but like, Wacken is like, well, you've all seen the fucking Metallica one from Wacken with like 16 stages and billions of people, you know? Like, I've never seen that many people combined in my life. Like, obviously, we're not Metallica, but like, I want to be where that happened. But like, mostly still, I kind of want to play in Tuska Festival, because that's like the Finnish one, right? And I've known many people for many bands throughout the years, and whenever I had a friend like who got their first ever gig in Tuska, I will never forget the faces of joy and pure, like, oh my god, we're playing at Tuska Festival, oh my god, like everyone's trying to keep it cool, like, for example, I had a friend band called Wake Up Frankie. They went to play the Tuska, and it was like all professional on their Instagram, and it was like all cool and chill. And then when I asked the guys around it, and they're like, yeah, we'll play there, so like, because I want to feel that, and I've been to Tuska since I was like fucking 9 years old, so I want to play in Tuska.
Now, when does Dusko happen? What time around the year?
It's I don't know months. 7th month of the year, the hot one.
So July.
Yeah.
Thanks. That one. That's that month. The one before August, which is my birthday.
One of the 2 months of sun you guys get.
What?
One of the 2 months of sun you guys get.
It's July and August, but like nowadays we have sun. It's not that. It's just like it's not very summery. Like it's not very summery if that makes any sense.
Yeah, it's not warm enough. Yeah.
Well, I mean, to be honest though, like we live in the southest place where you can get. We're generalizing it for the whole of Finland because we're obviously seen as Finnish people, but like in the south, in Helsinki, in Helsinki, it's all summer and shit. Okay, we're just trying to paint a picture here, but a few hundred kilometers up north, it's not that same anymore. They actually have months where there's literally no sun because it's in such a northern area.
Mm-hmm.
But like, it is not the same as like, well, pretty much anywhere a few hundred kilometers down around the globe. But like, we have summer. It's just not the same.
Yeah, we do have summer, but only for a few months.
No, I want to wrap this up for like a final question to go into. I always find it interesting when, consider it's unique that I don't know where it started and how English became the predominant language for music. Most bands do everything in English now, and very few bands stick to their native language and when putting out music. Now that seems like a foreign thing for a band in their homeland to do, say, Finnish, or do it in Sweden, or do a metal band from Mexico and do it in Spanish. Now it's odd for a band to do that. When did you guys decide to want to do a band in English as opposed to Finnish?
I think it's more approachable language compared to Finnish. Finnish is very strange language.
It's very hard to be a $1 billion band when your country only has euros. So no, it's like as a lyric writer, I feel like I mean, Finnish is so much better for describing things because we have so much fucking words for everything, like so many synonyms and homonyms, right? Like, pick any object that you can possibly fucking imagine. Like, here, live, pick some object, any object, and I can name you at least 3 words for it.
Your hat.
Oh, my hat. In Finnish, well, at least 3. Okay, lätsä, hattu, lippis, pipo. Okay, sure, these are 2 different hats, but like, käppi, kotsa. You have those.
Yeah.
You have so many. Lippalakki. So many fucking words, all around the same object. So, like, Finnish language is better for describing, for example, how something how the ocean flows, or something romantic, or something great, and sometimes even dark, because like you can fix out so many different words so it doesn't feel repetitive even if it is. Okay.
Yeah.
But then again, in English, you can just do the opposite. You can go straight. You can, whatever you say, whatever you write, people will get the message through, because like there are fewer words meaning one thing, there are fewer synonyms, and
Yeah.
it's like it's more about having like the correct rhythm with the words.
Yeah.
In English.
Yeah, but also the goal for the band when we began, it was to go like we wanted to be a global band, like to be recognized all over the world. So of course we think that English would be the language of the band. So
Yeah,
that makes sense.
right. Also, a lot of bands that do, especially from the heavy metal belt, it's almost like I'm not trying to name anybody here, but it feels like a bit gimmicky to make the band in your, like, have the band sing in your own language, because like
Yeah.
your country will understand it, but if you want to be like a worldwide band and still push, we have to sing in our own language, it's very easy to get gimmicky with it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And kind of, that's the persona of the band, the language.
Yeah,
it can be a very good personality, not saying that, but like
yeah,
that shouldn't be the only personality.
Yeah, it takes the focus from the actual music. Yeah, people are listening to the language, not the music that much.
Yeah.
Now, do you guys ever think there's like a band I interviewed from Sweden? They're considered like a metalcore band called Etienne, and every once in a while they'll do maybe one or two songs. They'll do it in just straight Swedish, name, title, everything. And you guys think you'll ever do that? Like just throw one song there and finish, just because as a nod.
That's really fucking cool, in my opinion, and that's as much gimmicky as I can handle, but it's like just, no, but that's like no, but that's perfect, because it's like it's 1-2 songs. Like, I'm not gonna say we're gonna do that.
If we would do that, we would maybe use our language just like tiny bit somewhere, just like to give something new to the listener. Like, what was that?
Because we have loads of them speeches, right? Are you hearing a Finnish speech? Because okay, we'll see.
For sure.
We'll see.
Well, dudes, thank you so much for your time, guys, and congratulations on with Seek and Strike and the new EP. Look forward to more music, whether it be a single or is it gonna be a single, or is it gonna do? You guys gonna do another EP?
We don't see the future, sadly.
But there's new music coming though.
There is
Right.
future.
There is future. There is new music coming sooner than you think.
Yeah.
So wait, Kevin, do you do all the post production yourself for the like all the music?
Yes, 100%.
That's awesome, huge. That's amazing. Congrats, dude. You do such a great job with mixing.
Oh, actually, I do everything except mixing and mastering.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But still, you still
Shout
have
out
a
to
hand in
Christian
it.
Donaldson.
Christian Donaldson,
Yeah, man.
he made it sound really fucking awesome.
Yeah, man.
But still, you
I heard
still
you
have a
said-
hand in it in producing. So that's congratulations to that as well.
Thank you, man.
Seriously, great freaking EP. Like I said, that's how I described it when I shared it with others. Like, hey, you need to check out this band. It's gonna make you want to snort, pre-workout, and coke together and work out.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah, and I'm like, it feels like you're gonna have a little satanic ritual going on in your head. Some celestials running around.
Yeah, dude.
Well, guys, I look forward to staying in touch with you guys and seeing where hopefully I can fly out there whenever festivals are allowed to happen, or you guys get a festival somewhere in Europe or something, and Heck,
Hopefully.
I would like to go out to a
Get
fitness
your
festival.
car with Johnny's and fly the fuck over here, dude. We got loads of fucking things to do here when the COVID situation gets a bit easier.
Yeah. What a fucking year. What a fucking year.
Amen.
But I'm glad you guys have been healthy and safe, staying sane too. Key thing, staying sane.
Well, sanity's overrated, but like safety isn't. It's never. So that will do.
Well, I wish you guys a great Saturday evening. Enjoy those beers. It's going to be the afternoon for me over here. And I look forward to seeing you guys grow more and seeing you under the Seek and Strike banner. I'm going to have this edited for YouTube and whatnot, and have all your guys' links, Bandcamp, all your music, grab your merch from Seek and Strike, everything, all before, and I'll share the link with you and whatnot. This will be up on my Instagram for the full interview as well for people to watch and all that good stuff, man.
Cool. Can I give one shout out before we end?
Of course.
I want to shout out my mom and my dad because they're watching currently. I want to shout out. No, I'm not joking. They're actually like, I'm a really good boomer teacher. Okay, they have good Instagram skills, and I'm 23. I'm still like, yeah, you know, they kind of have to learn how to use those to be able to ever hear from me. So for mom and dad, right? To all the people watching this, obviously, thank you for watching us, and welcome to the family. And lastly, my last shout out goes to another legend producer called Loki Wilden. Go check his shit out.
Loki Wildy?
Loki Wilden. Go check his shit out.
Is that your mom right there? Says I love you, Oni?
Probably, yeah. Oh, yeah, she is my mom. She's my mom. She's my mom, all right.
And she's got the emoji skills on point as well.
She does. She does. Sorry we missed all the comments, but you can comment on our, like, you can also DM us any questions if you have for later, because we don't have a screen there to read the comments
to see everything. Yeah.
Anyway, thank you, dude. Thank you so much for your time.
Of course, man. It was a pleasure to meet you guys. Hopefully it'll be in person probably next year. Love to make my way out there. It's what I do. Travel, experience it. So hopefully the year gets better, and I wish the best for you guys too, man. I look forward to you guys' future.
We will, dude. Stay safe over there.
Take care, man.
Absolutely. Take care, brothers.
Bye-bye.